Well, howdy. Glue's been dried for a couple of days now. I started cleaning off the desk. We might want to try to put it up there sooner or later. Everything that's got to come off the desk has to go somewhere, if you know what I mean. We're just kind of setting up here while the stream comes active. Kind of takes a couple of seconds sometimes. So, it's kind of like in times like these where I say to you, if you like what you see today, get your tuchus over to www.patreon.com/Ron Pare. That's Pare, P-A-R-E. Not as in Rick Perry. Your contribution of $1, $5 or more per video. I only do 4 videos a month. Will help in the production of these videos. They say model railroading isn't cheap. Well, maybe it is if you're me. What are we gonna do? Surely you're streaming now. So, it's been a while since you've seen one of these, eh? Our glue has dried. I've been looking at things over here, trying to plan things out. And, I think the real puzzle of this portion, this diorama here, this module, will be the piece of track. I don't know if you can see me over here, but this piece of track right here. You didn't hear me scream like a girl here. This piece of track right here is got to curve out. Come on out, because this is a stub end. This is just like a scenic interlude on a layout. It would be a little peninsula that comes out. So this has to curve, and I may have to cut this rail short, bring it back on this diorama so that I can get a full piece of flex track to do the curve. But then I'm thinking I may want to just put a piece of foam on the outside and give the curve the space it needs. Call it a day. And Bob's your uncle. But as we pull the pieces off around here on the layout, this is O scale, shouldn't be here. We get to see how things are laying out. A spot for our tugboat, and our steamship here is dropping off supplies. You know, one thing I noticed is our layout still doesn't have a date. However, look at me. You don't really think I care about a date, do you? To change the date, all we have to do is change the boat, really. Because everything's the same. Well, the Quonset hut makes it after the 1940s, so that's there. However, yeah. So, what I want to do in this episode, let's get back on track here. I almost lost track there. We want to study this area here because we want to make this kind of like a military depot. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe boats come and pick up barrels of fuel or stuff. Provisions. I don't know what they do at these kinds of places. And since I don't know what they do at these kinds of places, I'm going to go on the internet, or I'm going to take you with me and go on the internet and figure that out. And maybe if you have any ideas of what would be a nice, let's get this placed here. Our Quonset hut comes up on the shore, up like this. We're going to have a nice fence somewhere. Maybe the fence comes out like this. I don't know. We're just going to make it all look good. And maybe get lots of fuel barrels, put them in here and stuff like that. Maybe have a little crane. Actually, maybe we can even make a little place for vehicles to drive onto a ship. Yeah, that'd be interesting. So yeah, let's get on the internet, check some pictures out, and do that. After I get all the rest of these clamps off. One of these days I'm going to make the money to be able to get a producer. Did I say that right? A producer. And he's going to be giving me the wiggly finger and he's going to say, stop. You got to go back. Finish taking these things off. Then I'll say, happy. Now I'm lucky. I got into this hobby at around 2008. And in 2008, the internet really started to work well. Before I got into the hobby, what didn't really work all that well was finding information on what your prototype is. See, before the internet, you had to go to the library, you'd be restricted by the books and the photographs that are in those books. So what you really had to do, or one of your big options, was to go to the NMRA and find photographs from their archive collection. However, you know, if you're not a member of the NMRA, you have to pay for those photos. And, I don't know, well, if you're a member of the NMRA, you have to pay for the pictures too. So, well, there's that. Today, I use Google Images for almost everything. And, you know, the great thing about Google Images is that you find a photograph that you like, you can take it and put it into the search bar. Click on the photo, drag and drop it into the search bar, and Google will find more photos that look just like that photo. And even though that's not what we're doing today, we're just going through photographs just to get a little idea of what I want. You see, in my mind's eye, I have a pretty clear picture of what I want. I just want to get certain details, kind of like how the weeds grow on the side of the Quonset hut, how the cars are parked in the lot, how they bring heavy equipment in to load the ships. You know, where do these big pieces of equipment go? Are they parked somewhere? What's happening? And my idea of this scene is going to have hundreds of barrels. Now, you don't know what's in those barrels. It's a military depot, for crying out loud. One of the best things to understand with Google, if you're not going to take a photo and put it into the search bar, like I described before, you have to come up with a proper set of keywords. And usually, I find the best keywords by finding a similar photo and then looking at the description to see how they describe the photograph scene. So whereas I start as military marine dock, I move to supply depot because that's what it says in one of the photographs. Using the proper keywords will get you to where you want to go better and faster. Now, I'm not pulling a story on this scene, I'm just painting it, for crying out loud. So all we need is just a few pictures. We don't need the perfect picture. So now that we've got our photographs, let's go over to the layout, pull out some markers, and start planning things out. Except, please don't expect me to explain what I'm thinking, because I've found out in the past that if I start commentating what I'm actually thinking, I really don't get the ideas out the way I want them to. Sometimes the old ADD starts kicking in and the whole idea changes into something else, which is something that I didn't want. And you know, this next part is just going to be short on the explanation. What I really want to do is I want to get this Quonset hut down, but I also want to integrate it into the 3 scene module. Like, we've got this waterfront, it's real busy. When you look at it from the water on into shore, it's got this look, right? But what if you're on the other side of the module? What if you're looking from land out to sea? Things are going to change. The look has to change. There's also another foot to 14 to 16 inches of space that doesn't have anything on it yet. And what the heck am I going to put there? So I'm just going to take a peaceful moment here, draw some things out, and that'll be the end of this video. And from there, we'll move to the next episode where we start implementing the plan. If you like what you see, I know this was a little bit of a boring episode. Maybe you're a photographer and you want to have clear photos. If that is the case, I have a deal for you because I can get you 20% off a lifetime membership of Helicon Focus. To get your own lifetime subscription of Helicon Focus, the Pro version or Basic version or Ultra version, whatever version you want, go to modelersguild.com/HF. And if you like this episode and all the other stuff, if you think I'm funny looking, send me $1 for it, because you know when you're funny looking, you could really use $1 every now and then. So if you're a supporter, if you've got some change in your pocket and you want to throw it to me like I'm a streeter, that's fine. Patreon.com/Ron Pare. So hey guys, please check us out next time. We'll have another video out in about a week or so. It might be the next video on this series. It might be a vlog. It might be a review build. It's whatever I feel at the time. I want to thank you for stopping by. And talk to you next time. Fist bump.